is Step 1 with Freddie Wilson. Welcome to another episode of Step 1. I'm Freddie Wilson. As a reminder, you can find every episode of Step 1 on Spotify and YouTube. If you want to see more Step 1, give me a follow on Instagram at Step 1 with Freddie Wilson and Twitter at Step 1 Podcasts. We've got a great show for you today. My good friend Jacob Feldstein is joining the show to help preview the NFL playoffs. And we're just going to cut straight to that interview because it is awesome. All right, let's ride. All right, today we welcome on a very special guest, reoccurring guest, here for our third annual NFL playoff preview. Jacob Feldstein in the building. Welcome to Step 1.
True.
How are you doing?
True. I'm doing well, and I was going back to the old episodes. I heard something interesting. I've actually never gotten a prediction wrong. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know. So hoping to keep
You've
that
never
streak
gotten a
alive.
prediction wrong?
Hey, look, some people just know football. I'm one
Well,
of those guys.
what prediction are you referring to? What's a prediction that like you were right
I
about
said the
that?
Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl last year over the Chiefs. I said they were going to blow them out, like 40 something to 22, whatever. Hey, I said keep an eye on this Jaden Daniels kid. I think he's going to beat the Lions and then work his way into the NFC Championship game. But they're going to lose to the Eagles there, and all that stuff. And I said Mahomes got some magic left, so I said all that. And then I said the year before I said the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl over whoever the hell they beat. I said that. So
The
yeah, no,
49ers?
yeah, that was that, right? Juwan Jennings threw a touchdown. Yeah, so yeah, I've been pretty good so far, I would say, 100%, and looking to keep that going.
All right, let's see how you do this year. All right, we got our first Saturday matchup, Rams and Panthers.
Hmm.
Is this the year of the Panthers? Because I talked a little bit on it in the last episode when I had Jeremy Spire on. There's some weird trend
Well,
where the year before, if Ohio State wins the national championship, J-Lo gets divorced, and then the Panthers the following year open against the Jaguars. They
hmm.
go to the Super Bowl.
They do
Is
go
it,
to the Super Bowl.
and all those things coincidentally have happened.
Not coincidentally, it's fate, Freddie. It's
Is
fate.
this the third time this thing happens?
Hey, listen, once is a one-off, twice is, something, but three times is a trend, and now I think we need to just be on alert
But
every time.
last year, the whole story was Ravens quarterbacks Ravens
You're
quarterbacks
27.
being 28 and also being 12, also Super Bowls being 12 years apart.
That's right.
But
That's right.
that didn't happen last year.
I don't believe so. No, I don't believe that the Ravens won the Super Bowl last year. No.
No, Mark Andrews dropped that pass.
Aaron Andrews did drop that pass. Well, should we talk about real quick the Ravens who will not be
The Ravens will not be
participating
in there because of
because
a
of the
Tyler
picks? And
Loop missed field goal.
that was bad. That
That
was
was
very bad.
I love how they were gassing him up too. To, like Chris Collinsworth was like, they moved over Justin Tucker. They went through all the kickers and they realized this was the guy. This was the guy who was the best kicker, and they
You
drafted him. And then he just missed the field goal.
think they wish they kept Justin Tucker? He's a free agent. He's able to be re-signed.
I think they moved on from him for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, name one.
I can name a few.
Name one.
Well, first of all, he missed some long distance kicks last season. May or may not have had him on my fantasy
I
team.
think that was the biggest reason. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, biggest reason why.
Right.
All the reasons I can think of.
Yeah, right. It's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. That was tough, and obviously Lamar not in the playoffs is it's shocking. I mean, can we talk about the general? Let's talk a little playoffs just in general here because there's
Yeah.
some really interesting things. So first of all, obviously no Mahomes, no Lamar, no Joe Burrow, which isn't like the biggest deal, but still like those three. There are three great quarterbacks not in the playoffs
Well,
right now.
one was Joe. Two
Four if you
got
count
injured. Two
Darnold.
got injured. Two of them got injured. Joe Burrow got injured. Patrick Mahomes got injured.
That's right. You
So
missed my joke, buddy.
injuries are a factor.
Hey,
What?
you missed my joke.
What was your joke?
It was a good one.
I didn't hear it.
That there are three great QBs who are not in the playoffs. Four if you count Jackson Dart.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a good joke.
I know everyone who's listening just heard that for a second time.
All right. So two were the injuries, but and Lamar was injured too.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's those are they were all healthy at the end of the season. If they went into the playoffs, they
Mahomes
would
wasn't
be
healthy at the end of
healthy.
the season.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, definitely not. Sorry, but yeah, the other two were. It's no, it was just crazy what the playoffs are going to be like without those guys, and it really does feel incredibly wide open.
I mean, if anything, it benefits Josh Allen because this Josh Allen's boogeymen are out of the way.
But hey, listen, if Josh Allen, his boogeyman specifically, is out of the way, that, and they have a very capable team in Buffalo.
They have
Um,
to go on the road.
the pressure. You want to do this? Who's got the most pressure for the playoff?
I think the Bills had the most pressure
The
because
Bills
this
easily
no
have it.
Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow. Like this is the year, and I think I said it from the beginning. It's going to be the Bills and represent the AFC. And I know there's some good teams in the AFC, but the Bills had the most pressure because like, can they get over that hump?
Well, I'll throw out another team with a lot of pressure in the NFC is Seattle. Uh, because the big thing, remember last season, oh my God, Sam Darnold, he's got it, figured it out, 15 and 2, whatever they were, 14 and 3, and they made the playoffs. They didn't get the one seed, and they just choked it in the first round. And everyone was like, okay, Sam Darnold's cute, but he's not a winning quarterback. Well, now he's got to prove it with, with a great team. This year they do have the first round bye. And if they don't win, they got to move on. They can't mess around with this stuff. They got to move on from Sam Darnold, I think, if they
Another
if
1 year
they
wonder,
get
then he's going to go to another team and have an immaculate season with them.
exactly, and they'll go, 16 and 1 next time and get bounced out of the first round. So it's it is a very they need to see something where it's like, oh, you know what? He's not just a decent regular season quarterback, but that's someone who we could see hoisting the Lombardi one day.
Yeah, I think Seattle's got a lot of pressure on them, but I also think like I didn't expect Seattle. I thought Seattle was kind of in a rebuilding year. I did not expect them to be this good.
I agree totally, but once we realize that they are this good, that rebounding or building stuff is cute, but it's not what it is.
Yeah,
Now they have a new reality, and their new reality is we gotta step up and win. We'll see.
they're a scary team, but they got a good defense. Their offense is pretty explosive.
I think their offense is electric. It's really, and it's not even a great running game. It's fine, and they do some stuff with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, but that is a great defense, and my offensive player of the year, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, Jackson Smith-Njigba had a great season.
Yeah, he was incredible.
All right, but
And
back
he'd
to
always be very like it'd feel like every week it'd be like, there's another bomb touchdown. Oh, there he is, bring it, and he's so quick and fast and both actually, and just really gets it. So yeah,
and not to mention they still have Cooper Kupp on their team too, so they have two very good wide receivers.
yeah, they do. Corey Horton, always
They
a
have him too.
yeah. So I think Seattle actually has more pressure than maybe we would think.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Hmm.
All right, but the Rams
Yeah,
Panthers.
let's do Rams Panthers.
All right, I'm the Rams had an awesome season. They kind of choked it away at the end. They're going on the road. I mean, is Carolina a hard place to play? Probably not, but it'll be sold out. Like Panthers fans will come out for this one. It's been a while since they've hosted a playoff game.
Oh, for sure they're gonna, but I don't. This I have the Rams winning this one. Sorry to the trend and the Ohio State Buckeyes and all that, but uh, I think they kind of faltered near the end of the regular season. But the Rams need to come out and be like, no, we're here. There's always a couple playoff games each year where it's like, oh, they just established, they're going to be a tough out. They're taking it seriously now. And remember that one year where Josh Allen had like the first 7 drives were just 7 touchdowns or something like that
Sounds about right.
against the Patriots, I think, in a playoff game. It'd be something like that where it's like we're not dicking around, like we're fucking going.
And they have the easiest It's the easiest matchup because again, the Panthers are an 8-9. What are they? 8-9.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
Panthers made the playoffs through some technicalities.
Well, yes, but also uh, that's one where it's like I'm fine with it. Let
All
the
I'm
division.
fine was I'm all for the
Really
Panthers
cool
being in
hosting
it.
is with a losing record, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm all for the Panthers making the cut.
Hmm.
I think it's nice to have some diversity in the playoffs. It's not the Buccaneers again. Let's see what the Panthers can do.
Exactly.
I think the Rams are going to win it, but I think it's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be close, or you think it's gonna be?
I think the Rams are going to run away with it. I think the Rams have been there before. They got an experienced quarterback in Stafford. Bryce Young's played some big games in college, but this is the NFL playoffs.
It would be interesting to see how Bryce Young. I remember what we were saying about Bryce Young last season. And granted, they were 8-9, and in a competent division, they weren't making the playoffs. But what we were saying, like about Bryce Young last season and 2 seasons ago, was he was done. Like, wow, they're really going to bring him back. Like, I would like draft another quarterback before, but he's doing it. He's doing it, and Ted McMillan looks good.
Rico Dowdle.
Dowdle looks good as
The defense is average. Like it's not a defense, making headlines, but they're getting the job done.
and the head coach is Dave Canales, right? New
Mhm.
guy. Yeah. So they've been good and look pretty good, but this is partly because of Tampa Bay's choking that they're still here.
Yeah, Tampa Bay won. They won against the Panthers. They just need the Falcons to lose, and it didn't
Yeah, but they should
happen.
have never been in that scenario in the first place. They just dropped too many games in the regular season where it's like, oh, all right, well, the Bucks lost again. All right, they'll be fine. All right, fine. They lost again, but again, they'll be fine. They'll figure it out. They didn't really figure it out.
No,
It's
they never figured it out. They needed the Saints to win. The Saints, were playing okay at the end of the season, but they weren't going to beat the Falcons were red hot, and they fired Ricky Morris for
probably
some
finished up.
reason.
I don't think the Falcons and the Vikings both finished on or the Vikings I know finished like I don't know, six.
Vikings fin Vikings finished hot.
There's no reason for them to do that, but all right, cool.
Yeah, they beat the Packers, but the Packers were playing all their backups.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, that's a good segue. Let's talk about Packers Bears. So the big story I want to take away from this, and I'd love to hear your opinion on this, is I've been hearing rumblings that if they lose this game, LaFleur might be out. I think that would be
Ooh,
a bad idea
why is that?
because I think he's a good coach. I think he just had some bad luck. I don't think he's. I think every game except for the Ravens game this season was winnable. Like every game we lost. Now,
Hmm.
granted, we lost a lot of games. We lost more than we should have.
Right.
But okay, the Broncos game wasn't winnable either. But every other game that we
Sure.
lost was
Any
winnable.
other games you want to rule out?
No, I'm doing two mulligans. The,
Dallas tie was winnable.
the Dallas tie was winnable. The tie is why we're in the playoffs to begin with.
That's wonky.
Um, and it's just
So
wild
if
that we
you
like
lost
end of
the
a
game, you
season
didn't
on a
tie.
4 game losing streak, and yeah, here we are in the playoffs.
Wait, the Packers are on a 6-game losing streak.
No, we're on a 4 game losing streak.
That's still not good.
We've lost four in a row.
Yeah.
Our last win was December 7th against the Bears,
Ooh, what were
or
you doing?
yeah, December 7th.
I can't remember where I was.
On December 7th.
Probably watching football.
Yeah, I was watching football too. I was watching Packers Bears.
Tell you what, another thing, end of the regular season. Again, we'll get back to Packers Bears, but man, like regular season football is just great.
It was a great season.
Yeah, that was really fun.
It started off with a bang, and it just kind of kept on going.
Right, yeah. It's great. It's a
I,
great sport.
it's a great time.
Enjoy it.
But as for Packers, if they're going to be matched up against any 2 seed, I'm happy it's the Bears because we've beaten the Bears. We
Right.
almost beat them a second time,
That's right.
except for the fact that we blew a lead and Jordan Love got a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Not
almost
good.
went. We almost beat the Bears again,
Right.
and we should have.
Uh,
So we know we match up well against them. It's just a
well,
question
I
of
don't know if I'm not, obviously I follow the Giants closely and I know a lot about the Giants. I don't know a lot about the Packers. Is there, from a Packers perspective, do they have like a rivalry of some sort with the Bears? Do they like each other, those two teams?
yeah. It's just it's
I don't know. I don't
just
know.
like some backyard football nonsense.
I guess.
Does go back decades or anything.
They matched up in the playoffs before?
They have.
What happened?
Packers won.
When was this?
It was a great year. It was 2011.
Ah,
I remember watching it, sending the Packers to the Super Bowl. And then, ironically, I missed the Super Bowl.
what were you doing during the Packers Super Bowl?
I can tell you exactly what I was doing. We went on this family ski trip.
Oh,
My dad, the one from Wisconsin, the one who his family's the reason why I'm a Packers fan. He didn't want to watch a game. He just wanted to hang out, get some skiing in. We
why? He was
were
nervous or
drive
he just,
we were driving home during the game. We missed the game.
oh,
This was before I was like probably 12. So I wasn't like that into football at the time. And like it was before my Packers fandom could dictate the family schedule.
right, that's right. But even still, it's the Super
It's a
Bowl.
Super Bowl,
I will say,
yeah.
for the Giants Super Bowls, when was it? 2012 then? Year later?
2012. It was 2012 and 2008.
I 2008, I remember nothing about it. I think we had like a watch party at our synagogue, and I was like playing with toys or something. Like I did not care at all. I didn't get what was happening, and I don't really remember the 2012 one either. I think I was at a Super Bowl party at a family friend's house, but this was like right before I started being like, this is big. And the Giants have sucked ever since. So everyone's like, well, you still have the two Super Bowls over the Patriots and everything. I'm like, sure, I guess I do. But
Yeah, I mean, I caught the tail end of the Packers Super Bowl. Like, I just missed most of the game.
yeah,
I still saw the ending, but this
yeah.
was like before I was like a diehard fan. Like, it wasn't until like a couple years later where like football kind of became my thing.
Hmm. What a shame. No Super Bowl since, huh?
Not even an appearance.
Me neither.
NFC Championship, though.
Pretty good.
Made a few NFC Championship games. We've won
Funny,
some
that's
big.
great. There's nothing, you can hold your head up high about that. That's really good for
We
one.
had Aaron Rodgers all those years.
Yeah.
So I'm happy it's the Bears, and the Bears are faltering too. They've lost two in a row, two games they were trying to win.
Hmm.
So it's not like the Bears like were resting people yesterday. Like they were trying to win.
Hey, listen, the Bears I don't even know what to make of the Bears. They have had some just crazy wins, and they look really good at times, and it's like, whoa, but I don't know if I should be thinking that they're scary or not. And it's, like what to make. But I will say, and maybe you'll disagree, I think Caleb is one of the most fun quarterbacks to watch and has a legitimate superpower when it comes to escaping the sack.
He
This is a game where
does. I'll give him
Packers,
that.
Packers probably could use Micah Parsons, for being honest. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
Micah
I don't
Parsons.
know why they decided to injure him. I would have personally not have gotten injured if I were Micah.
Yeah, the Micah Parsons injury definitely blows, but I mean we still have a pretty solid defense. I think Trayvon Diggs, if he's like half the player he is, I think he's helpful.
You have to rely on Trayvon Diggs, Freddie. We're not off to a hot start.
I know it's helpful, but it's not
Did he play
solving
last
the
week?
problem. Would you ask?
Did he play last week?
I'm not sure. I missed the game.
No, really? You were driving
Yeah,
back on a ski trip or something?
if you must know, I was at a funeral.
Oh shit.
So thoughts and prayers.
Hey, thoughts and prayers.
Anyways, besides that,
Jesus, Freddie.
it just
I
shit
must
just
know. I must not.
shit
I
just
didn't have
got
to.
dark.
Yeah.
Um, yes, I'll give the Bears credit. Caleb Williams, if I didn't hate the Bears so much, he would be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think he's the subject of a lot of jokes, but he's a legitimate.
Like he's not a bad player. I'll give him that. He
And
is a major upgrade from Justin Fields.
it doesn't even feel like he's like, oh, Caleb is taking over and he's winning the games. It still feels like he has a couple very, not dumb. It's not like he's throwing a stupid interception, but it's like, oh, like a better quarterback would have made that throw. Where
Oh,
his
he's still in year two. Like he's still developing. But again, like the fact that he got the
of
Bears to the playoffs year two is like Justin Fields never did that.
course not. No. And this has been a spectacular year for the Packers. I know you hate, or the Bears. I know you hate that, but yeah,
I
no,
mean, Ben Johnson has changed the culture, changed the narrative.
for sure.
I don't know if it's sustainable. I still think the Bears are going to go back to sucking.
Well, I
I
wonder how much they're going to regress to the mean and like who are the Bears really? But to their credit, the biggest problem they had last season was, man, remember all those hits Caleb was taking and he got sacked 50,000 times a game
They
and
cleaned that up.
what?
They cleaned that up a little bit.
They cleaned up and they, just got studs on the interior offensive line and everything. So it should be, pretty interesting.
So I'm excited. I don't think they should fire LaFleur if we lose. Like I get
Yep,
it.
I agree.
We're the seventh seed again. Do we really want like if we get blown out, there's an argument to be made, but like I don't want LaFleur going somewhere else and winning somewhere else. Like I want him winning with our team. And I think he's a
I'll
good
put it this
coach.
way. If LaFleur gets fired tomorrow, he's going to get scooped up the next day.
Yeah, like someone's
That
gonna
being
hire
said,
him.
like, should we really fire this coach? Like, he would be the hottest guy on the market.
I mean, I compare him to what's the Vikings coach, Kevin O'Connell. Like
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one's talking about Kevin O'Connell has never won a playoff game. Kevin
Hmm.
O'Connell has had some okay seasons. No one's talking about firing Kevin O'Connell. The Vikings didn't make the playoffs again, but
Yeah.
no one's talking about firing that guy.
What a,
So, like, why fire LaFleur, who's had much more success than Kevin O'Connell will ever have?
well, I don't disagree with that, but I don't know if that's a fairest comparison because there's different expectations where you need O'Connell to be the quarterback guru and to elevate JJ McCarthy. That's their number one priority. Whereas the Packers need to win a Super Bowl. And hey,
I
look,
don't think we need to win this. I don't think we. I would love a Super Bowl, but I don't think we need to. I just think we need a deep, not beat a seventh seed, maybe win the division with Jordan Love and host the playoff game
7 seed,
again.
but so the 7 seed is not great. This should
Yeah,
be.
like the 17th third year in a row is not great. Yes, it helps that we like made the playoffs again. It's nice to like make the playoffs and
But I
all.
will say, Freddie, maybe not this season, but he, for next season and going forward, you didn't trade for Micah Parsons to be the 2 seed and lose in the conference finals. You did that to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And if you don't think, what's his face, LaFleur is able to, take that next step, then it's a different.
I guess so. But I don't know if I hope they don't fire him if we lose to the Bears. And again, I think we could beat the Bears.
Yeah,
It could happen.
I have the Packers winning this game as well.
All right. Are we ready to move on?
Yes, we are. We are
All right. Sunday, 1 o'clock. Bills, Jaguars.
Okay. Bills, Jaguars.
I mean, Josh Allen needs to win this game.
Yes. Needs to come out looking good. Needs to destroy this defense. It needs to get a couple wide receivers going.
Like this is the year Josh Allen needs to get over the hump, and it's a challenge. He's going to play probably all road games,
Hmm.
unless something crazy happens. Like Highmark, there's not going to be another game at Highmark Stadium.
Yeah, that's right. Which I don't know. I always thought that the Bills fans were. I didn't really care about the Bills stadium. I cared about the Bills fans more and the tailgates outside the stadium. I don't.
I
It's
mean,
not
they're
like.
getting a new stadium. It's going to be
Yeah, they're not.
smaller,
I don't know. It's gonna be
but
smaller. You said?
I think it has less capacity.
Fine.
I think it has more luxury boxes.
Oh.
Lame.
That is. I wonder
So
if that's
Taylor
the
Swift can
way.
hang out there when the Chiefs come to town.
Oh yeah, they
Eh,
have Taylor's box,
Yeah, they'll have Taylor's box,
Haley Steinfeld's box.
Haley Steinfeld's box too.
The two boxes I'd like to see.
But yeah, the game's
Dinos.
the game's gonna be in Jacksonville, and Jacksonville will be rocking. But I think Josh Allen can. He's playing some big games before.
Say, will Jacksonville be rocking?
I think Jacksonville will be rocking. Duval, baby.
First playoff game and all, but uh, I don't know. That's not a fan base I'm like scared of. By the way, Panthers don't really. Their fan base we said earlier. All right, fine.
Yeah, I can't say I don't need. I know one diehard Panthers fan. And he does not intimidate me.
No, no.
But
Jacksonville is, I think, a very crazy story when you think about the scope of their season and that they 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 had the second overall pick in the draft and got the star of all stars, the stud Heisman Trophy winner.
who got
And
injured.
even when he was playing, he did like essentially nothing for him. He had like one good game as a receiver and a couple not great moments as a cornerback.
Honestly, I forgot about Travis Hunter.
It's crazy. He's just there, and they did, just great stuff without him. But I don't know what it is. This feels like every couple of years, not a couple of years, every year, there's a couple teams. It's like, oh, these guys are all right. I guess they're in the playoffs. Like they're sneaking up in there. Jaguars made the playoffs before with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, and they beat
The
they beat
Chargers.
the Chargers. They had an epic comeback win, which I another game I missed.
I saw half of that game, I think,
Yeah,
and
I missed the comeback because I
yeah, I
was
missed.
on one of the worst states I've ever been on.
Oh, really?
Girl was so nervous. Girl chugs her beer to try to finish the date.
Oh no.
And then like says like at the end of it, we should do this again sometime. Like you did
No,
not
I'm getting
have.
the hell out of here.
I'm like you did not have fun. Like
Oh, what? That's the
I'm
most
like you
empty.
clearly were uncomfortable with this whole situation.
Do you really say that, or you're just
No,
thinking?
I didn't. Of course not. I just said yeah, sure. Texted her. She never responded.
Yeah, no. She
The
couldn't.
point, and then I missed it, and then I realized the Jaguars came back against the Chargers because I caught the first half like you did.
Mm,
I'm like, oh, the Chargers are gonna win. Good for Herbert. I love Herbert.
yeah,
And then I'm like, fuck, the Chargers lost, and I
right.
missed it.
Oh, hey, man. We'll get to the Chargers later, but yeah, that was tough. And that's weird that the Jaguars have just been in the playoffs, and it does not feel. I like what's his face, Brandon Lloyd. Is that his name on the defense? Number 0.
Sounds about right. I
Uh,
can't say I've watched too many Jaguars games this year.
no, I've caught bits and pieces, and then whatever primetime games they've had. But um, hey, look, Trevor Lawrence has been very confident this season.
Yeah, it's a good offense.
This is not the best that Buffalo's defense has been.
Buffalo's defense is a question mark, but I think they can handle the Jaguars.
They'll be able to handle the Jaguars.
And I think Josh Allen can outscore whatever the defense lacks.
Hmm.
Because Josh Allen needs to show up in the playoffs. Like he needs to have like another like epic
Where
playoff
Josh
run
Allen has been good in the playoffs.
until he plays Patrick Mahomes.
Sure,
But
but
the
even he
boogeyman is gone.
there's not a ton of times where he like chokes it away. Like, wow, he came out here and he threw 2 interceptions and and a
Not a
touchdown.
bit. He doesn't choke it away. Like they make a coaching blunder. They play bad defense. They try to give Damar Hamlin comeback player of the year by running a fake punt with Damar
That's
Hamlin.
powerful.
Didn't work.
It's powerful stuff. Press for tomorrow. Hey,
Person Damar. All right. But yeah, I think the Bills are going to win it because I've had the Bills in the Super Bowl since day one of this season. It seems like Buffalo is starving for a Super Bowl. I don't know if they'll get it, but I think they'll be there.
I agree. This is just like the Rams game. Well, I don't agree with all that, but I think this is just like the Rams game where it's you need the better team to come out and be the better team.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
All right. We got last year's Super Bowl champs and the 49ers squaring off.
Right.
I know we have your thoughts of Eagles well documented, so we know who you want to win this game.
Yes,
You will be the biggest Brock Purdy fan on Saturday.
that's right.
The Eagles are not as good as last year.
Certainly not.
The question
Last year,
is,
everything went really well for them, Freddie. Last year, everything clicked in a way that
it was like a seamless playoff run. Like I don't think they had very few scares at all.
where it's like, ugh, are they going to figure this out? Like they always did. They never really got
Like
down
the
at all.
opening play against the Packers was them forcing a
Or
fumble
whatever,
on the
yeah.
kickoff return. That's
Yeah.
when you knew like fuck the Eagles are gonna win.
And when they played the Rams last year, and it was like, oh, Saquon just broke 2 60 yarders or something like, or a 60-yard touchdown. And it's, during the regular season, you'd say, well, if they could just stop him, then maybe, but they couldn't stop him.
And I think maybe we'll see playoff Saquon again.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
And that's a scary thought. And the
Kind of,
Niners defense is banged up. They don't have their
kind of
guys.
Lane Johnson.
I think he's still on the team.
I know he's on the team, but he was injured.
He's old.
Uh, I know he's old. He's on the team. He's just I don't know if he's
Even if he
active.
plays, I
Trying
don't
to
know if
find.
that'll make a difference.
Oh, it makes a huge difference. This is not like playing Jacksonville. This is not like playing the Panthers. This is a real matchup right
And
here.
it's a tough environment to win in. Philly fans are the worst.
Yeah, really brutal. So no, I mean for Philly though. Philly, I would assume is favored to in this game. Favored.
Probably. I haven't checked.
It's not like they're. It's not like they're the Rams playing the Panthers where they should be able to beat them easily. This will be a tough game.
I mean,
Um,
if the 49ers offense can get going, it's going to be a good game. But they did not get going against Seattle. They had an awful game against
that
Seattle.
was bad. That was ugly.
So if they show up like that, they're not winning.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that is, they were just exhausted and maybe that even being slow in that game. The problem is they were slow in that game, but it was still close. So they had to keep playing and keep staying engaged, and they just couldn't figure it out, which is different than they're getting blown out. All right, fine. Let's just get to the playoffs.
Yeah, but they had a one seed on the line.
Huge.
They needed that bye week bad
Huge. Yeah. And
because
they
they've
just
been the
couldn't.
most, despite the record, they've still been one of the most injured teams all season.
San Francisco has a really good defense, and they are missing two of the best defensive players in the league,
Yeah,
maybe.
they're missing Warner, they're missing Bosa. Obviously we're a pro Bosa podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Great
The
guy.
corner?
Yeah, great guy, great political beliefs.
Oh, yeah, I know you like those.
Yeah, cool hats.
The 49ers win the Super Bowl, you're doing the next podcast with the MAGA hat on.
You know I
Mm.
own one.
Really?
All right, little side note. I in 2016, I went to Cleveland for the Republican National Convention.
Oh,
I
sure.
was on a political discourse trip. I went to both conventions, by the way.
Yeah.
And so I, not to get too political, I don't tend to lean towards the Trump side of the spectrum.
No, you think he's
But
too liberal? You go a
I
little
thought
further?
so the leader of a trip said, like, think of it as buying a piece of history. Like, I won't judge anyone who buys like any sort of MAGA stuff. And I thought, like, you know what if I buy the camo MAGA hat? That way I'll blend in like physically
That's a good one.
and metaphorically.
Yeah,
So somewhere I have a camo MAGA hat.
that's
Um,
great. I'll go for a lot of money at auction one day.
yeah, one day it's a piece of history.
Yeah, you're buying history.
So yes, I do own a MAGA hat. All right,
And
back back
oh,
back to the game.
uh, yeah, this is
I
gonna be tough.
I
This
want
is
the 49ers to win because we're a Brock Purdy podcast. I think the Eagles, I just don't think it's hard to win in Philly.
I have the Eagles too. It is really hard to win in Philadelphia. I think obviously I was very closely watching Christian McCaffrey this year. I don't know if you know what happened. My connection with him.
He was on your fantasy team.
He was on my fantasy team, and it was a good season. We came in third. We came in third place in fantasy.
You
So
won the league.
I what?
You won the league.
What did I do?
You won.
I did win. You're goddamn right.
Four-time champ.
Come on, baby. Four.
You won the league
Damn
with
right I did.
because of
Thank,
Derrick Henry against the Packers.
thank you, Christian McCaffrey. Thank you, Derrick Henry. The boys.
The boys.
Um, yeah, so pretty sick.
All right, are we ready to move on to
No, wait, I did
five?
have a point about Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, yeah, point about Christian McCaffrey.
It felt like even against good defenses, how he would get the ball, it was so easy for him, but he didn't have the explosiveness of he's not breaking off any 50 yarders,
Not
He's not
not this season, but in the
not
past
this.
he definitely has.
I know, but we're talking about this year, and it's like he's just going to dink and dunk his way, which is, for fantasy, that's why he was good, is because he would get three catches a drive, but it wasn't like he had the big play boom ability. Um, and I think against the Eagles defense, which is still a stellar defense, they're gonna remember that stretch when the Eagles had like a couple very boring primetime games, like in the middle of the season.
Yeah, one of them was
That
against the Packers.
was because their defense. That's right. That's
The
because their
Packers
defense.
should have won that one.
Yeah. But their defense was just shut down. They're still the same killers from last year, and what's his face is even better, Jalen Carter, and they have
Cooper
uh,
DeJean.
I was going to say Cooper Flag, and then I was going to say Cooper Rush. They have Cooper DeJean, who played as the other guy, Quinion Mitchell. His name is Quinion Bay. Their defense is a championship defense.
So yeah, I think the Eagles. I don't know if the Eagles are going to repeat, but I think they have. I think they're going to win this game. I hate to break it to all the 49ers fans.
I agree. So
All
far,
right, we got a fun one. We're going back to Gillette Stadium for the Patriots Chargers.
is this a fun one? Yeah,
I mean,
it'll be
I think
good.
the Chargers are
Oh,
frisky.
Freddie, football's fun. It'll be a fun one.
I think it could be fun.
Get the t-shirts.
I think
Football's
football's a good time.
yeah. Wow.
The Chargers are frisky, but I think the Patriots are just a better team this year.
I agree. It's weird to see a team come out of the gates and just be, just world beaters. Not dissimilar to what the Bears are this season, but uh yeah, it's I don't know how to legitimate to take them, but I do think that they're going to beat the Chargers. The Drake May is my MVP. He is my most valuable player. It hurts me to say that. Trust me. I was a huge Stafford guy, but Drake May was just fantastic this season, and
Yeah, he
you
had
know,
an awesome season.
yeah, it was incredible.
Like, I live in New England. I live in Boston. Like, Patriots fans are like coming out of the shadows after it's like. And my favorite part is like every stand-up comedian who comes to Boston who's not a Patriots fan is just like fuck Drake May.
Dude, fuck
Like
Drake May.
I once saw a stand-up show a couple weeks ago. Guy takes the mic. He's like, "Fuck Drake May." You
That's
got.
great.
He's like, "You guys shouldn't be this good. You haven't suffered enough."
Not exactly getting the crowd on their side, but yeah, it is true. It is so fast, and what a like a nothing turnaround. But yeah, it happened. And,
It's just unfair to the Patriots. Like went from like this awesome dynasty, and they only sucked for like 3 years.
yeah, something like that. Four. Like I can remember each year. Drake May has the best deep ball in the league, in my opinion. I never see anyone throw it that accurate and that well, and he's doing it without the stellar cast of receivers. It's
I mean, Stephon
he
Diggs.
is fine, but he's kind of old. He's not as reliable, and he's also not a great guy. We're learning.
Yeah, not a great dude. Great player, not as great of a dude.
Yeah, not someone at least want to date my sister. Eggs. No. Uh, and I guess Hunter Henry's been all right, but they have something with Travion Henderson. I don't know if it's this season or next, but next season and the one after, but like he's gonna have a couple breakout. Like, whoa, he's a home run hitter, man. He's
Yeah,
55 yards to the house.
they have a good running game. They have a great defense.
They do. They have some fumble problems, but and they have an elite defense. The thing is, how legitimate do I take them? Because the big thing about them is their schedule.
Yeah, they had a soft schedule.
And when you look, it actually has been very soft. Like it's been nothing.
I mean, they lost to the Bills. Did they lose the Bills both? No, they beat the Bills once.
They split with the Bills.
They beat the Jets. They beat the Dolphins. Okay, what did you do?
Yeah, I'm looking at their schedule. I'm trying to find
All
it.
right, now back to the Patriots schedule, cupcake schedule. You said you were
Cupcake.
going to do some research
I
while you're
did
in between
some
calls.
intense research. I want to say first of all, I do think it's like a little overblown. Page. Well, I certainly think it's a little overblown for the MVP debate about the schedule. I don't think that matters that much. You can only play the teams on, but for evaluating who you are as a team, maybe it matters a little bit when you're like, oh, you're 14-3. Are you really 14-3 though? So their schedule, week one was a Raiders, was versus the Raiders, and they lost that game, which is looking back now, like how the hell did that happen? Um, Dolphins, the Steelers, they lost to. Bills, they had a 3-point win. It was a field goal with 15 seconds left. And then these are all teams that they beat. Uh, the Saints with Spencer Rattler, the Titans, the Browns with Dylan Gabriel, the Falcons they only won by 1 point against Michael Penix. The Buccaneers, that was a big win for them. The Jets with Justin Fields, the Bengals with Joe Flacco, The Giants with Jackson Dart. The Bills, they lost too. It was a 4-point loss. The Ravens, they beat, but Lamar Jackson got injured in the second quarter, so Snoop Huntley. And then they beat the Brady Cook led Jets and the Quinn Ewers led Dolphins. So that's 14 wins. And I would say, you know, five of them are like jokes
Yeah.
and more. Like the two Jets are jokes. The Dolphins against Quinn Ewers is a jokes. The early Saints is a jokes. The uh, whatever the Browns with Dylan Gabriel, like
The
oh,
Bengals with Joe Flacco.
Bengals with Joe Flacco. These are not super convincing. So if you're trying to tell me they're a great team and you point to their 14-3 record, I don't buy that. I think they're a good team. I've seen their defense work and be good, but I'm not so scared of them.
But I think they could beat the Chargers.
I have them beating the Chargers. Yes.
I
Would
mean,
it surprise you of all the first round, upsets? Is that
it, it wouldn't surprise me. I think the Chargers have a solid team. I think Jim Harbaugh is a good coach.
it's just I'm not entirely sure what to make of them.
But I think it'll be one of the most interesting matchup because again, like can they Drake May's never played a big game like this in his life. He never,
Right.
never made the playoff in college. It was
Right.
four teams at the time, but never even sniffed the playoff.
Right.
Like this is the biggest game of Drake May's life.
No doubt. Um, and we'll see how he handles the pressure. He's been good in the clutch and these big games like that Buccaneers game that I said was a big game, but mattered and certainly down the stretch if you want to talk about the pressure of the MVP race, he's definitely turned it on and it was impressive in some of them, but this was not the greatest
No, it's not.
rule beater of a team. There are 14-3 teams who are really good and there are 14-3 teams who are just pretty good.
And we're gonna find out how good they are
You
on
have them beating
Sunday night.
Monday night
All right, and finally,
ish.
Texans Steelers. The,
Yeah.
the the Steelers making the playoffs is ridiculous.
This is Monday night.
Monday night
What's this game doing on Monday night?
because the Texans aren't hosting. You know, this is the first time in franchise history that the Texans made the playoffs without winning their division. This is the first time they're a wild card team.
Crazy. That says a lot about the AFC South and the Texans and everything. That's bizarre.
So this is the first time a wild card weekend where they're on the road.
Interesting. Yeah.
They've played road playoff games before, I
Well,
imagine.
yeah, probably.
I just don't think they've ever played on the road this early on
Mhm.
because
That's
usually they're the 3 o'clock game on Saturday.
You're right. That's their sweet spot.
But no, it's Monday
Mhm.
night in Pittsburgh.
This game is not. This is not. Is Monday night a coveted playoff spot?
Is it coveted? I don't know. You get Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. I mean, that's got to be mean something. You
It's
get the
got to
man.
be.
You get the Manning cast.
What the hell is your first question was the best question. What the hell are the Steelers doing in the playoffs?
I mean, they had a good. They have a good defense, I guess. Mike Tomlin knows how not to like go
Like
below
they're going to
500.
lose, 10 games in a season.
The
Right?
Steelers had no business winning last night, but they did.
It's not. They should not be here.
It should have been the Ravens in this spot.
I will say to their credit, it felt like they were a lot worse at the beginning of the season, and then they started to figure out a little bit with Aaron Rodgers, who has not looked as just totally noodle armed old man as some other teams or some other quarterbacks, or even like what you would think Aaron Rodgers would be. But this is not an impressive Steelers team.
No, it's been a while since we've had an impressive Steelers team, but they make the playoffs because it's a winnable division, or let me rephrase that. It's they if you go above 500 every year, you're probably going to make the playoffs at
Yeah,
least most years,
especially
and
in a
they
weak
go
division.
above 500 every year.
That's right.
So, is this the
So
most
there we
impressive
go. Yeah.
Steelers team we've seen in a while? I would say yes. In the last 5 years, I think this is the most impressive Steelers team we've seen.
Oh, why? Explain that.
I think
Yeah,
they have the best quarterback they've had. I know he's old, but he's the
What are the
best.
other quarterbacks? Who are we comparing it to? Justin
We're
Fields,
compared to Russell
Russell
Wilson,
Wilson,
Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett,
Pickett.
Mason Rudolph.
Hmm.
Like he's the best. This is the best quarterback they've had,
Yeah, you're probably right.
and he's a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't think Russell Wilson was terrible last season, but or Justin Fields for that matter, but not winners by any means. And yes, it is impressive what he's getting out of him. And look, there was a weird trade that they made for DK Metcalf. If they were just gonna trade away George Pickens, I that's like bizarre, but I don't even know if
It's
it's working out for him. This is not a playoff. Like you can't be like that was a success because they're in the playoffs. They were 4 feet away from not being in the playoffs.
I still think it's a successful season. I know they don't deserve to be there, but like they did get the job done somehow.
I understand, but this is you don't get to use well they made the playoffs as a justification for why
No, I
it's
think Steelers fans are sick and tired of just like, oh, we made it's the same thing like the Packers, except the Steelers like are worse.
this will be maybe not an awful game, but this is
I think
not
the
going to be.
Texans are winning.
Texans are winning for sure,
That defense is too darn good. They're on a
let's talk
hot
about the
streak.
defense, if we may.
It's good.
That is an elite defense. That is, and Will Anderson is one of the best defensive players in the league, and someday might be the best defensive player. He's that special and moves that different. He's strong. He's quick. Um,
It's been like that his whole life.
he was a like clear sure thing coming out of Alabama, and he was drafted whatever third or fourth overall, something like that. Like they got C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson
They
two
didn't
four.
take him out of Alabama's spring game because he was too dominant.
It's crazy,
It was unfair.
crazy. So it's and they have great cornerbacks, Stingley, of course, and whoever else, and
Yeah, I can't name every player on the Houston Texans
but
defense.
there's a couple really really good guys, so it's just impressive, and their
And
offense just needs to do enough, and C.J. Stroud needs to look confident and competent, and they gotta get it to Nico Collins. They gotta feed him, but
but this is a team that could win games solely on their defense. Like their offense can do whatever,
yeah,
but they can win. They've won games because of defense this year.
1,000%.
And it's like those Seattle teams. Like, oh no, the Seattle teams had some pretty darn good offenses too.
Yeah, Russell Wilson was better on those teams
And
than
then Marshawn Lynch. Like that's not a good comparison.
no. But listen, they have the makings of an offense there with Nico Collins and with what we've seen CJ Stroud could be, where it's, what if they do just string together, you know, yeah, they scored 30 points, 28 points, and then 33 points, and then their defense held the other team to, 20.
Yeah. Even I know Pittsburgh's a hard place to play, but like it's one of the harder places to play.
Sure, and in the winter and everything, but I'm
You
not.
play when they play Renegade, like it gets rolling. It could even be a double Renegade night.
Ooh, you think?
I mean, it depends on the vibe of the game. I would love a double Renegade. Whenever they do double of anything, it's great.
Yeah.
Like when
Never.
Virginia Tech does a double Sandman, oh,
Mhm.
so great.
Mhm.
I almost got a double. I would have gotten a double Sandman at Virginia Tech if a couple things went differently.
Right.
I was, I
O-
was, we were close when I went down to Virginia Tech.
OJ Simpson, double homicide. Everything's better in doubles, huh?
Everything's better in twos.
Tell me about the Virginia Tech.
They do the Sandman entrance, but sometimes if it's like a close game on defense, they'll play it again. And it was an awfully close game, and I was like, if they score here, they're gonna go back on defense and play Sandman again. It's gonna go nuts. And then they didn't score, so it didn't happen.
My hand.
We're off to never, 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 never land. It's a sick entrance.
Hey, Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, Mariano Rivera too.
Also a big Trump guy, just like you.
Yeah, huge fan.
Um, that's the first round.
That's the first round.
Yeah.
All right, this is wait.
We got to talk about the playoffs as a whole. Come on.
Also, we got to go over your Super Bowl prediction.
That's right.
Let me see who you guess.
Well, I'll be curious.
You guess at the start of a season, Ravens over Eagles. The Ravens are out.
All right, fine.
So, would you like to change that pick?
No, I'd like to stick with it, I think.
Like to stick with it, one of
And on
two.
my Ravens, all right? I am changing my pick. Out of the American Football Conference, I have Denver. I have
Denver.
I have
Yeah,
Denver
we
versus
got to talk about
Buffalo.
Denver.
What?
We got to talk about Denver.
Well, they were on a bye week, so we'll
I
get
know.
to yeah. Let's talk Denver. All right.
They're really good. Bo
They're
Nix. I was
really
right
good.
about Bo Nix from day one.
You were, you were. He's just been uh really
He's
uh
not the. He's not the. He's a great quarterback. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Bo Nix. He's not the best quarterback in the league by any means, but he is a great quarterback.
he's doing some good stuff with what he's got. You know, Sutton and Troy Franklin and those guys.
And
Uh,
the defense is lights out.
that defense is the star. I mean, they had some record-setting amount of sacks, as well as Riley Moss and Pat Surtain, who was only the defensive player of the year last year. This is a really good, and Nick Bonetto and all these guys are just. This is such a hard defense to play in the altitude. This is going to be a really tough team to put out.
Yeah. All right, but back to your Super Bowl pick. You're changing it to.
I'm
Are you
changing
going?
it to Denver.
You're going Broncos, and
So
who
I
are
have
Broncos
Broncos
beating
versus
or
Buffalo in
or
the
losing
AFC
to?
game.
You're going Broncos.
I'm going Broncos, yes. Over, well, no, so hold on. I have Buffalo beating New England,
Okay.
move on to the conference championship to play Denver. Uh, in the National Football Conference,
Hmm.
I have the Philadelphia Eagles.
So you have Broncos and Eagles.
Broncos and Eagles.
Who's winning?
The Broncos will lose.
All
So
right, Eagles over
I have the,
Broncos.
I have the Eagles repeating as Super Bowl champions. I
How
don't think.
hard how hard is it right now when you're thinking the Eagles are going to win?
Listen, it's going to be really tough. I would despise that. I just really thought the Rams were going to be that challenge that they needed, but ever since they started faltering near the ends, I'm like, okay, because a lot of their faltering has been defensively. It's like, oh, we thought you guys were great, and now you're just good. And I see no reason why the Eagles won't turn it back on once they get Lane Johnson back. And they're not going to have um, Saquon running crazy like he did last season.
You never know.
This season, but hey, listen, he could change at least one of those games. He always seems to be dominant against the Rams, oddly enough. I think the Eagles are really good. And then in the Super Bowl, I think they would beat Denver because I think their offense is just a little more competent.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are
And,
young, but they're good.
and look, the thing on Jalen, I didn't really buy the whole like Jalen Hurts is not like, he is what he is, a fine quarterback with an incredible supporting staff around him. Um, and he showed that, like, hey, he can't make every throw. He's not, always the smartest, but he can string together 3, 4 games and win a Super Bowl. And I think that's what they're going to do.
All right.
What is yours?
I wrote Eagles over Bills, and I'm standing with that.
That's good.
I think this year the Bills get over the hump.
Nice.
I would love to see Buffalo win it because I think Buffalo needs a winner.
I like it too. Yeah.
But we'll
I just
if
need, I just need another star on offense uh, for the Bills. Like what if they had Nico Collins? What if they had, and James Cook is really good. I'm not putting him out, but I just mean like somewhere where it's like, oh, Josh Allen's got to figure it out with this guy.
yeah, I
They don't,
agree.
they haven't had that. They had Stephon Diggs, who was great, but not anyone like else that was a world beater.
But I think this is the year. No Chiefs. I think this is the year the Bills do it.
I will say if the Bills don't win, we were talking about firing coaches, they should fire Sean McDermott.
I could
It's
see the logic behind it, but I hope they don't.
yeah, but like I just can't keep. We're not going to keep trotting you out. Like you actually are. This is not like the Packers where it's well we just got good now. This is we've been good for a while. Why haven't we won?
Yeah, well,
Why haven't we
because
made it, Freddie?
the city of Buffalo might be cursed.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably their best bet.
All
I think
right.
it's a good playoffs, and it's super wide open. I don't feel good about any of my
Yeah,
predictions.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you for doing this. Always great to have you on.
my pleasure. Go Giants. I think
All
they're
right.
going to win this year.
All right. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
We got the college football playoff semifinals coming up. The first game on Thursday night, Ole Miss versus Miami. Both teams making an improbable run in the playoffs. Miami has silenced all doubters and showed they do indeed belong here. They went to Texas A&M, they won an ugly game, then they completely shut down the defending national championships in Ohio State. Miami's looked awesome, but so has Ole Miss. Now, I mean, Ole Miss played Tulane. They were going to win a playoff game, but then they got their revenge against Georgia by getting a big playoff win. And now they're one game away from national championship, and they're doing this all without Lane Kiffin, with all the turmoil going on, with all the coaching changes. They're still winning games. It's going to be a fun game. I'm really excited. And on Friday night, we got the rematch everyone wanted, Oregon versus Indiana. Indiana's looked great all year. They've already beat Oregon in Eugene, no less. But I think despite all the injuries, Oregon's a better team now than they were in October. The Ducks just demolished a high-scoring Texas Tech offense, and I think this team's ready to get their revenge in Indiana. I still think it'll be a competitive game, but call me biased. I think Oregon is going to win. That's our show for this week. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back next week. Big Fred, over and out.